The Hyundai KONA. It's one of, if not our favourite small electric SUVs that money can buy. Hi, I'm Tish and welcome back to the John Banks Review channel. Previous owners of the Hyundai KONA have always reported that they're fantastic cars and they're extremely good. Well, at being electric. They get extremely close, if not sometimes more, than those predicted electric figures, which are so important to owners, while still having a really well-rounded package. But now for 2023 into 2024, the Hyundai KONA is now better than ever. Whereas previously the Hyundai KONA was based on an ICE platform and then it was made into an EV. This time around, the Hyundai KONA has been made an EV from the ground up, and then it also comes as an ICE and hybrid version, which if you want to check out that review, I've already reviewed it and you can click one of the links up there and that will take you to the hybrid review. But today we're going to be checking out the all-electric car and just how fantastic it is. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I think the Hyundai KONA is the best electric small SUV that money can buy. So if that sounds good, then please keep watching. And if you wanted to check out the Hyundai KONA for yourself, then you can do that by heading down to our Cambridge dealership on the 28th of October, where we'll be having a preview event. Number 1. Let's start with the styling of the Hyundai KONA. Now, compared to its bigger brothers, the Ioniq 5 and the Ioniq 6, the KONA is slightly more approachable in its design. It's not really out there and futuristic. It's more slightly subtle. It's going to appeal to a wider audience. That doesn't mean that it's had changes for 2023 that have blended it in. It still has some really great characteristics which make it look great in the lineup of boring SUVs on the market. That includes this light bar which runs all the way along the front of the car, and you also have a chrome tipped grille. For 2023, Hyundai have added a bit more dynamic styling around the side of the KONA. You've now got these sharp creases across the wheel arches, and they also extend to the back of the rear doors. You also have this fantastic chrome piece of styling which flows all the way from the back down to the front of the car. It helps give the KONA a bit more of a stylish appeal. Unlike the new Fiat 600e, all versions of the Hyundai KONA come with alloy wheels as standard. This entry-level model gets 17-inch wheels which are perfect for maximising your range. However, if you wanted to go for styling over range, then the higher spec models get larger alloy wheels. What's very apparent to me is despite being the entry-level model, all the materials on the exterior of the KONA are really high quality. You won't find any cheap plastic. You get these really nice gloss black panels which run all the way along the side of the doors, and they also flow onto the back bumper. Now, I did mention that it's not quite as quirky as the Ioniq 5 and 6, but that doesn't mean that it's not without its unique elements, and that includes these square pixels that you get on the Ioniq 5 and 6, which run along the rear light bar and also along that back gloss black bumper. Moving on to point 2 of why you should buy the Hyundai KONA, and that's space. Now, inside the boot of the Hyundai KONA, you'll find 466 litres of space. That's massive, and it's actually nearly 100 litres bigger than the new Jeep Avenger, which only gets 380. It's also extremely versatile. A slight increase in wheelbase has also made for more space in the rear. You still have a completely flat floor, so this means there's no transmission tunnel in the middle, great for middle seat passengers, and you have plenty of space between you and the front passengers. Far better than you'll find in any of the products from the Stellantis group, like the new Jeep Avenger or Fiat 600e. And finally, space has also increased for front seat passengers. It's so spacious up the front of the all-new KONA. There's also a ton of storage solutions. That includes an armrest which lifts up to reveal some storage, but it's also customizable. Take out this middle section and you can slot larger items like handbags in the middle of the car. You also have some pop-out cup holders which make the middle section customisable as well. You'll also find some nice deep door cards, storage up front with mobile phone charging, and you also get a decent sized glove box. But now let's take the all-new Kona for a drive whilst I tell you about my third reason to buy the Hyundai Kona. Next up is arguably something which is very important when it comes to electric cars. The third reason you should purchase a Hyundai Kona is, of course, the range. There are two battery options available for the new Kona EV. The entry-level model has a 48.4 kilowatt-hour battery paired together with a 154 brake horsepower motor, which drives the front wheels. That can only be combined with this entry-level base spec advanced trim, and it provides a maximum range of 234 miles. This model starts at just under £35,000, undercutting the likes of the Vauxhall Mocha, which can currently only achieve 209 miles of claimed range. Models like this one get a larger 65.4 kilowatt-hour battery and a more powerful front-mounted motor, which produces 215 brake horsepower. When combined with some smaller 17-inch alloy wheels, that sets the headline range to 319 miles. This larger battery is really impressive. It pretty much outruns almost all of its small SUV rivals. But when talking about electric range, what really matters is if the car can truly achieve those figures. And the great news about the Kona is it can. All versions of the Kona come with a heat pump as standard, and that means the car is able to achieve those headline figures, with previous owners of the Hyundai Kona claiming that it can even go further. Even the highest specification car comes in at under £40,000, making it extremely good value for money. So the range is impressive, but what about the rest of the car elsewhere when driving? Well, I'm really pleased to announce that the Hyundai Kona is a great all-rounder. You can tell that Hyundai have concentrated on making this car extremely comfortable when driving, but on top of this, it's still pretty engaging and it has quite an impressive 0 to 60 sprint, beating the likes of the Jeep Avenger and the Fiat 600e. Safety equipment is also extremely high. As standard, the Hyundai Kona gets the likes of anti-collision warning as well as pedestrian and cyclist detection. It also gets blind spot sensors on the higher spec models, adaptive cruise control and lane assist as standard. You also now get a sensor on the front of the steering wheel, which detects when you're not looking at the road. And it will also monitor your speed and let you know when you're breaking the speed limit. Although the new Hyundai Kona doesn't quite have the 800-volt charging capabilities of the Ioniq 5 and 6, it now does have an improved 400-volt charging system. This means where previously the Hyundai Kona could charge at a max speed of around 74 kilowatts, it can now charge at speeds of up to 125, which should be more than enough for most people. Number 4 you may have already worked out, but that's standard specification. All versions of the Hyundai Kona get a heat pump as standard, which is not a given for some of its rivals. It's also packed with equipment. This entry-level advanced model still gets loads of technology, including front and rear parking sensors, a rear view camera, adaptive cruise control, dual zone climate control, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, satellite navigation, automatic lights and automatic rain sensing wipers, and even keyless entry and start. If you did want to treat yourself to some ultimate luxury, then you could go for the top spec N-Line S model car. This will bring you some sportier, higher quality interior design. You also get a Bose surround sound system and a 360-degree parking camera, just to name a few upgrades. Number 5 is something that we at John Banks don't think gets talked about enough, and that's company cars. The Hyundai Kona as a fully electric car is extremely cheap to run as a company car. We've done the maths, we've compared it to a petrol hybrid and fully electric Kona to show you just how cheap it can be. If you purchase a new petrol Kona, you'll pay just over £4,100 a year, which equates to £343 per month in company car tax. On top of this, if you have a fuel card, you'll also pay around £3,000 in fuel tax. A hybrid model of a similar spec would reduce to just £3,500 for company tax, which works out around £290 a month, and your fuel tax would drop slightly to £2,900 a year. However, this is where things get exciting. If you opt for a long-range model like the one I'm driving today, company car tax would be just £340 a year, or £28 a month. On top of this, you'll pay no fuel benefit tax, making it an impressive company car option. For any more information, then feel free to chat to one of our sales associates via the link down below. So there you have it. There's 5 reasons we think you should consider the Hyundai Kona. But if you're not already convinced, then I think you should check out the Hyundai Kona at our showroom event on the 28th of October. But don't worry, if you're watching this video after that time has passed, then you can still head down to our dealership in Cambridge, where you can test drive our Hyundai Kona Electric. What do you think of the car? Let us know in the comments down below. Do you like the changes that they've made to this new generation? Do you have a previous Hyundai Kona? If so, let us know what you think of your car. We really hope you've enjoyed this video today, guys. If you have, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Want to see more? Then you know what to do. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join the John Banks Review channel. Until next time, I've been Tish, and see you later.